I think.
Let's park next to it.
Oh, look at it.
Yo.
Wait, guys. Wait, let's park next to it. Right.
Oh, there's more.
Oh no, a lot of people have like written stuff on it. Oh.
Yeah, that's a cool
Anastasia. Take my place.
I was like, I
think, I don't know, lectures happen.
Get lectured.
Okay, so I'm going to stand up on a chair as long as if I fall, you guys promise to pray for me. Awesome. So my name's Anastasia. For anybody who doesn't know me, I was born in Mustang, Oklahoma. I've lived in Oklahoma, Missouri, and Indiana the majority of my life. I live about an hour south of here now, and I would consider it a blessing, especially now that it's conference time. I am a missiology major and a worship studies minor, and I think being able to spend, going into my sophomore year, and the time I've been able to spend here has been amazing and definitely a blessing. So right now what we're standing in is the lecture hall. If you are a freshman or taking a freshman class, most freshman groups come in, they're really big because it's right at the start of everything. So one of the only couple of rooms that will fit in as freshman classes is this one, because it is so big. It is the biggest classroom that we have in the building. The only other space that you probably have a freshman class, unless you take an elective, is in the chapel, which we'll get there eventually. This room used to be our chapel before we got our new one. So you'll see these lights that are kind of right above in the middle there. Those used to face the other direction, and where these guys are standing against the wall, sorry to make everybody stare at you, that used to be our platform, and in this back corner, we just took it out between semesters last year, was our media booth. In this room, a lot of the freshman classes will kind of give you an understanding of the basics. So you would take Old Testament survey and New Testament survey with our on-campus pastor, Brother Jared Turner, which is kind of an overview by semester of the books, and you kind of, you walk through Old Testament, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and you walk through Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. It's just, trust me, it's great, and it gives you such a good overview that when you move on to your next year, you have the opportunity to take classes that are specifically, a class on the Gospels, or a class on Corinthians, or a class on those different kinds of things. We have a class called Pentateuch, so you can learn about the Pentateuch and those basics. But your freshman year, a lot of time will be spent in here as you kind of just cover base things. Trying to think what else I have to cover before I go anywhere else. I'm sorry if I a lot. I've got a lot of, you guys are the largest group I think I've seen today, so give yourselves a hand clap for that. Silence, yes! Okay. Before we keep going, does anybody want to ask any questions? Because I didn't ask that last time. I'm open to anything. No questions, a dumb question. Does anybody know if, like, does anybody want to come here? Like, any idea maybe? Anybody just here because they think
all
RBC is
men to raise
cool?
their hand. I'm too old to talk about it.
Okay, if you don't know, I'll happily tell you. And they also have little placards, red placards upstairs on tables like this one. I'm just holding it up. We have 4 majors, and each major can double as a minor as well. So we have biblical studies, missiology, worship studies, and Christian leadership. And then we also, once you get further into being in school, you have like focuses almost, which are like on preaching, church media, counseling, like different things of that, which like they'll help direct your classes towards those things. So I hear people about to come in this way, so I'm gonna like look out there, but then we're gonna go through the worship studies classrooms. One thing that you'll learn very fast is we have pianos everywhere. So that hallway that we just passed, that is the hallway for our worship studies. There's 2 kind of like little like divots that have piano practice rooms that they actually just redid for us this summer. I'll tell you, I took some piano classes last year to kind of get ahead on the credits that you have to have in piano as a worship studies major, or as a worship studies student. And if they didn't redo those, we have these things called juries, and they get loud. I'm playing Costly. I've got somebody over there playing Tchaikovsky. We are in 2 different tempos. We are doing 2 different places entirely. And it was like, how am I supposed to do this? So they just redid all of that for us. They're now soundproof rooms, new keyboards. We used to have some older pianos in there, and it is just beautiful. So we are going to move out that door once they all file in, and then we'll continue on with the tour.
What is your major? Biblical studies?
Oh, biblical studies. Biblical.
Okay, just keep moving in and filing in. This classroom I haven't had your classes in. It's mostly for upperclassmen just because it does get smaller. This isn't quite a worship studies classroom. This is used as a biblical studies classroom. So you won't see a lot of music happening in here. But like any music school would, we have a piano in the corner. As I was explaining with juries is right at the end of your semester. You will have to play a church piece, a note piece. You'll have to play, they'll give you one of your scales to play. You have to play through your scales, and they will give you one chord. You have to play that chord, a minor chord, and an inversion of that chord. And as long as you do good on those, you should pass your jury. But with the new renovated classrooms, we're now able to kind of focus on our own music. We also have like more practice rooms. Last year, it got down to the minute, and I was like, okay, I need to run my scales, I need to run my song one more time. Every single piano in the building was taken. And I tell you, that is probably about 10 to 12 pianos, keyboards, and everything. I had to text one of my worship studies friends, and I was like, are you done with your jury yet? And she was like, yeah. I was like, can I please have your keyboard? So I went and grabbed her keyboard from her room and took it up to mine, and both my roommate and I had our juries like 5 minutes apart. And so we're both in our room running through scales, and it sounded a little funny, but it's okay. So this is B7, we're gonna move into B6. As we move in there, there's kind of like a little empty space. There used to be an old piano in between this room and in B6. So when I tell you you can find pianos anywhere, you can. When we walk into B6, you're gonna see our baby grand and our new sound system that we have, because that is our main worship studies classroom. So if you wanna move with me, go in there.
Go ahead. Thank you.
The baby grand, ain't big enough to be grand. Oh, I love that bag. I've liked seeing, like lately I've seen everybody's like clear bags and how they like added it to themselves. It's so cute. One of my her little sister has like a little charm business. And so she was posting about her bag last night. She's got like charms hanging down from it. She's like, I'm so glad I had something save this week. Okay, so you guys are all Georgia then? Okay, where are you guys from?
Edmonton, Canada.
You're okay. My last group had Canada in it. Okay, where are you guys from? You know the Batantas. Okay, that's cool. Any other states? We've got Canada. Where are you from?
Florida.
Wow. Guys, this is Emma. I know Emma.
We're from Louisiana,
Oh my God. Where in Louisiana?
around the Shreveport area.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so like Josh Harkins and then like Grayson and Landon.
Yes, Grayson Pitts.
Oh my goodness, yes. They're like some of my best friends. I love them to death. Oh, that's so amazing. Yeah, we took Landon to Chicago for his birthday last year. So that was a lot of fun. Oh, I'm so glad I get to meet you guys. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our worship studies. This is our main worship studies classroom. So a lot of our bigger worship studies classes will be in here. We have one more that is a worship studies classroom that's used kind of when you get into your junior and senior year if you continue to follow through the program there. It is kind of further up right as you walk into the classrooms down this way. We'll walk through there on our way back. In this room, I took Music Theory 1 with Pat my first semester last year. And I was so blessed to get to take a class with him before he retired and passed it on to Brother Hall. And I will tell you, this baby grand, he can play it like nobody else. We would sit in our, hi Leslie, we would sit in our class and like in between doing like quizzes and things, he would play lots of music for us. It was wonderful. We just got the new speaker system set up in here, so a lot of times our small groups or maybe like a chapel team, if the chapel's not free for something, will come in here and practice. I know last year before live, I found out that they did the Lord Bless You and Keep You for Pat. I found that out before they announced it because I came down here to practice for my juries and I heard them practicing in here. So got a little bit of a sneak peek, but that was really fun. So we're gonna go ahead and keep moving on through that door. So let's try and like, thank you guys. Alright, so I'm going to take a break right here for just a second. We are about to walk past a couple of classrooms. This first one, this is B8. This is a very small classroom used for mostly biblical studies classes. So I think next year I'm taking a class called Biblical Textual Studies with Brother Kilman, and I'm pretty sure it'll be in this room because it is kind of a smaller class. So as we move down, we're going to pass B9. B9 has photos of our main photo from live each year since about 2019. And so if you want to take a sneak peek in there, that's also used for our juniors and seniors worship study classes and kind of for small group practices. So there's a group in there. If you just want to look in, we're going to head down to the cafeteria. So.
People are crying like an art at the hotel walking. Yeah, for sure.
stand on a chair again. Yeah, just keep moving in, keep moving in. Okay, awesome. So this is our cafeteria. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day of the week, but Sundays they don't serve dinner. They'll serve about an hour, they'll serve lunch about an hour after Calvary lets out. All the IBC students go to Calvary on Sundays. In here, so they just redid this as well. They've done a lot of work this summer. Our maintenance team has been doing amazing. They repainted all the walls white, the ceiling's black, and these poles have just been painted red. They're also planning on wrapping our salad bar that's there in the middle. The new setup with the salad bar is new to last like today. I haven't seen it like this before. Usually the salad bar is right here. We have chairs in the middle, but I love switching it up. You can ask my roommate last year. I'm pretty sure we rearranged our beds in our room like 5 times in the span of like 8 months, and that's a lot if you think about it. This is our ice cream stand. Ice cream machine is a staple. Soda machines are a staple. And I'm sorry if you love Dr. Pepper, but it looks like at the moment it's out. So maybe when you decide to be students, it will be back in, and then you can have all the Dr. Pepper that you want. The food that we've had here last semester has been so amazing compared to other times that like I've came here and like visited or preview weekends. And when I tell y'all, Chicken Finger Fridays are where it's at. I know if you follow the Instagram, you've seen it. When I tell you, our very own lunch ladies, our very own cafeteria workers have made us homemade cane sauce. And I mean, I gotta say, it's pretty good. It's pretty spot on. They've done great. And we also have Taco Tuesdays, where if you've ever been to Chuy's and you've had their ranch dip, they've made their own version of that for Taco Tuesdays. They're very amazing lunch ladies. So what we're gonna do, since I'm all the way on this side and some of you guys are all the way on that side, if you walk out this cafeteria, don't walk back the same way you did before. There's another hallway. If you branch right, start heading that way, and I'll see if I can beat you to the front of the line.
Is this told the whole school?
Yeah. But lunch is served from 11:30 to 2. So everybody.
So do you know how many the school has?
We usually have about 110 like freshmen and then we'll have about between 150 to 2 with other classes.
She said they didn't talk.
Okay.
I'll let you go.
Go back that way. Sorry, that way. And then turn right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so right now we're heading down to our chapel. Our chapel has just been newly renovated. Again, I'm telling you, the maintenance team has been just on point this year. That's the second thing I've ran into. A lot of these doors hold our media storage, so like extra merch or things like that. I was cleaning it out last year. I think I found merch from like early 2000s. It was pretty great. Sometimes they give us some for free. For my ladies, there's a door right here.
Ladies, right
You can't go in the dorms right now, but I just want to tell you that if you do go here, use this stairwell because it will get you to chapel into your room so fast. If you guys want to make room, I have another group come in. Okay, so right here we just redid this carpet and they add in this draining because we were having a little bit of problems. This right here, this stretch was built in after this building and this building was. So if you get a chance to kind of like, if you look on like Google or Maps or something and you zoom in, you'll see that these are 2 different buildings connected by this. So with it being that and it being an old building, sometimes things have leaks and cracks and you kind of just have to work around it. We know this is an old building, however, as problems come up, they always seem to fix it and it pretty much goes great. So we're gonna head into the chapel. And if you are a tech nerd like myself, I work a lot of times in the media booth, so I run ProPresenter here and I run the lights here. Not a 10 times. But we just got some new things updated for our screens, and we got some new lights in the chapel, so that'll be great.
And in the beginning of the semester, they'll have the teachers be the ones to give announcements and stuff. Well, on Thursdays, we have all student-led. So the older, the more experienced students, they will give the announcements. They'll do all the music is student-led, and then
Take a seat if you want.
we have the sermons to be student-led.
Media booth.
Do you have any questions
Media
about?
booth.
Yeah, it's nice.
They have a huge camera over there.
I can take a picture of you guys. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's dating one of my best friend's cousins. Like at this moment, probably in
This is also where we have our
Okay.
Lincoln chapels and
Leslie, do you want to talk or do you want me to talk? I can talk.
concerts that we do for all of the viewers.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the week. Tuesdays is our staff chapel. So the staff will be the ones who are preaching and teaching, or if we have a visitor or a guest, they'll be the ones who will come in here and they'll be the ones to preach. And then on Thursdays are student-led chapels. So the first couple of student-led chapels will be done by our student body officers, so our president, vice president, and secretary, who this year our Edwin, Ava, and Tommy. And if you ever get a chance to meet them, they're amazing. Ava, our secretary, is actually one of the girls who are selling merch upstairs. So if you see her, I don't know, give her a high five. She's doing a great job. She was our secretary last year as well. And Edwin was our vice president last year, so it kind of moved up. We will also have our preview weekend concerts in here. So who's ever heard of a preview weekend? 1, 2, 3, okay, a couple people. So preview weekend happens twice a year, so once a semester. We have one in the fall semester around November, one in the spring semester around February, and that's where we open up the school for about 100 students to come and stay with, like 100 high school students to come and stay with our IBC students, and you can stay for two nights, Thursday night or is it Friday night? Thursday and Friday night. And we will have our worship studies concert in here. Leslie? Want to say something? Okay, I'll keep you up. What else can I say about here? If you're a freshman or if you're in a bigger class, you will probably also have a class in here. Brother Kilman, who is the Dean of Missiology, he loves to teach in this room. So he'll kind of put screens up on here. I had my Christology, soteriology, and holiness classes in here last year, which if you come, you'll learn what those are. So I just really think that you should come. And then also we had, psychology was in here for upperclassmen last year, which was because it was a pretty big class, so they held it in here. We offer a lot of different classes here at IBC. Another thing that happens in here is like orientations for the school year. So if you're freshman orientation or if it's your orientation as an upperclassman, you will have that in here. It's a very versatile space. The coolest thing that's happened this summer is they renovated this back wall. So they just repainted this back wall black, and we got these two projectors. They also redid the lights. We had several lights that were out or that weren't connecting to our software. So they did that for that. And then also, we used to only have one projector that pointed back, one projector that pointed forward. And for anybody who's ever been on a platform or who's ever sang, and you have a confidence monitor at your church, they're really nice because you know what the next lyric's going to be. The last several years, the only lyric that you were gonna see was the current lyric you were singing. So it was on the person running ProPresenter for you to get that next lyric in time, especially if it was like a last-minute song or like a change or something. So that new screen has been a great help because now our singers and our worship leaders are going to be able to know where they're going next if something is blank. So my group, we are going to move upstairs and we are going to go by the student lobby, Quincy's, and the library. So if you guys want to join me.
Our staff offices. This is the recording studio. Then we got some storage on this side. And then of course the studio connects to the office there. Here's the actual studio.
Hey, how are you? Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you.
Jaden Carmanza. I don't know. Jaden, this is Jaden. Jaden was a freshman with me last year. Jaden was a worship studies major, so unlike myself, he took a lot of worship studies classes, and he was our electric guitarist for Anthem last year. So he was on one of our small groups. Does anybody have any questions? Anything at all? No, it is usually so cold in this building. Like, it'll be August and I'm putting on a sweater kind of deal. So I don't know what's happening right now. It'll be like, you'll dress warm when you wake up, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna run to Swig, which is a very common thing to do because it's cheap and takes a lot of time. So you'll walk outside and you're like, what is this outfit idea that I have? Okay, so as we walk this way, we're gonna pass the mail room, which is where as a student we get a lot of our mail. And also there's vending machines, so like when it's curfew time, you'll kind of come in here and like grab snacks or something right before you go back to your room. So we're gonna head this way. So IBC offers a lot of work-based scholarships, so you have a job that'll pay towards your school bill. At the same time, if you look at the scholarship list that we have on the Indiana Bible College website, there's something called the Quincy Coffee Memorial Scholarship. Funds from like buying coffees goes into that to pay for a scholarship for a student who comes to IBC. Quincy Coffee was a young man who was actually from my church. And when he was in his senior year of Bible college around October, he was in a motorcycle accident and he passed away. So one thing about Quincy that you'll hear about him a lot is he was an amazing person. No matter who you talk to, you'll know. He, if you see, a lot of times people wear these Just Preach Jesus shirts. Quincy was helping one of his friends, Drew Maines, if you know who that is. Drew Maines was trying to figure out what he was going to preach for a student chapel, or it was like a rally or something. He's like, man, dude, like, I've got no idea what to preach. Their roommates at the time. He's like, I've got it. I've prayed about it, but I just don't know what to do. And Quincy told him, he's like, dude, just preach Jesus. And that was Quincy's life motto. Everywhere he went, every person that he met, he was always preaching Jesus, whether it was an actual sermon or through his words or through his actions, he was always showing Jesus. So Quincy Coffee was created after him. And this is a lot of times you can come get your spritzers or an ice latte or different things like that. So as you walk past, if you want to stop in and grab Quincy's, you can. I'm going to head to the library, and that'll be our last stop.
Guys, say hi.
Shorts that are on the back. I call them shorts that are dirty money.
Man, I had to fish your head out together.
That's it. I'll take it from you right up.
Oh, thank you. It's hot, right?
How was it?
He's 31st.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
There is no 40. I am right there. That's my picture right there. If they don't have a picture, just have my name. Class of 2000.